And we are sort of up and running. I'm doing something behind the scenes here. Just a moment, people, and I will have this up. We have a number of people who, for one reason or another, cannot be on screen tonight. We have Mink, or Mike, or Vlad, as the case may be, who is missing entirely tonight because he and his family are traveling on the road and they cannot be here. He can't be here because of connection issues tonight. So that won't be there. And that has changed everything on Discord, of course. So I am trying to set up. I have it sort of right, kind of. So I will swap over to our pictures. Enough to get us going for the night. There we are. Anybody have anything that they need to announce for their end of stuff?
I'm not going to be here in 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks. Alrighty. We will be missing Lynn in 2 weeks. As far as me,
well, maybe not. I don't know. Sorry.
I'm running kind of crazy. A few people tune in from Fallout to watch this, and those that do or watch the video afterwards, my week will be really crazy this week on my sales items that I do for the store in Fallout because of family health issues. So that one's kind of up in the air on everything. And I apologize to people who are holding all these things trying to get them sold at the store, but hey, everybody make another store or a brewery or something and you can get them sold yourself. I will be there eventually. And in the meantime, happy St. Patty's Day. Proud to be Irish and French and Spanish and Dutch and German and Russian and Mongol and Moorish and Hebrew and did I miss anything? Scottish. Yeah.
So like a good chunk of the European to Asian territories.
Right. I have not identified any American Indian or Polynesian in our family, but we have got everything else. So, yeah, I'm a Heinz 57 varieties, which is a great way to be. I like Heinz 57.
As for me, I only know two. German and Menominee for Native American. That's like very low percentage, but like both sides of my family apparently are very strong in German heritage. Which is
all of my
which is fine because, you know, it's Wisconsin.
Indian. Right. True. All my grandkids got the American Indian, so they're even more complete than I am. So, yay! Yay, world people! But when we last left off with our intrepid crew, they had just finished a series of fights in this hallway with people that were in rooms and some witches with some brooms. It sounds like we're trying to rhyme here. But they finished this fight and were kind of gathering their wits about them to figure out what they were doing as things settled down for a bit. You have opened the two doors there on the north end of the eastern wall. The doors further down remain closed. I have changed a couple of things actually on the map, which I will point out. One of them is I've drawn the statue more like what it now looks like after you guys got finished with it. That is a closer representation to the remains of the day after you guys finished pushing over the statue. And then the second thing is you will see these numbers now. I have to put the numbers visible because of the way I am trying to do the map and the fog of war. I was blocking out my visibility of the numbers, so I had to put them on a different layer, and you'll just have to pretend you don't see them like Kabuki or whichever theater it is in Japan where the all of the maintenance people, the prop people, and everything are dressed completely in black, and you are not supposed to see them. You don't see these numbers. They're not really there. So we'll do the best we can. All right. So as you finish with this, and you're kind of leaning against walls or whatever and breathing a sigh of relief that another bunch of irritating things have been put down in this annoying temple, you begin to cast about. Sylvia and Vlad would have been the first to notice it. The other three, let me pull up. I need your passive perceptions here real quick so that I remember what exactly you've got. Victor would also see it. So Vlad, Sylvia, and Victor would have, as you turned around and kind of glanced around this hallway, remember the entire temple, everything, is covered in this amber glaze. They have laid like amber over all the walls. So you have this kind of light refracting, translucent yellow effect over all of these walls. And as you turn and you look, especially Victor, he probably almost jumps away from the wall that he's leaning on. As you look into these amber walls, like a vision or mirror effect begins to come out, and it slowly begins to emerge where you can see more of it, gets clearer and clearer, and you see people inside the wall. And as the three ones with the better perception look at the wall and you see these moving figures, all of you would kind of see a hazy moving figure, but the ones with the good perception would notice that these figures are you. They're mirror images of you, only there's one problem. They're not mirroring your movements.
I'm not supposed to have a reflection, but do I show up?
Yes, you do.
Okay, then that's definitely concerning.
Yes. And these mirrored images, if they are not moving the same way you are. They're moving of their own. And as you look at them, what they are doing, they're doing this kind of thing, like they're frantically trying to warn you off.
Oh, there's some sort of creepy wolf. Never mind. There's something weird with these walls.
All right. Vlad doesn't have very good notes. I'm assuming that he probably keeps it all in like a paper notebook or something.
Or in his head. He's got an encyclopedia head.
Or that, yeah. He does say he's very encyclopedic. How does his eye patch thing work? Does he flip it down and it activates?
Yes.
Does it have like a charge or anything? Or is it just flips down and
when he
just
flips
works?
it down, he can see undead.
All right, then we'll have Vlad flip down his eye patch. Does he see anything?
No, actually, the vision gets more hazy because you're only seeing it now with one eye. You actually see it less clear.
So, no undead he's seen.
No, certainly. It doesn't appear to be the undead in the sense that eye patch would see it as.
Okay, he'll flip it back up. You know what? We're gonna do it. Alright. He'll say, well, they're not exactly undead that we see here. Gonna do... you know what? We're gonna give him a weird accent, too. Crikey, mates!
Sorry, his accent's already all over the place. This is an actor
That's how long the promise lasted for Duroc saying he wouldn't do anything crazy to the player.
Crikey, mates!
Oh my god!
But yeah, no,
don't.
But yeah, no, yeah. So then, yeah, he'll just say that. I guess I'll try to stay true to his character as best I can.
Okay.
Would actually his detect magic still be going on? I know he casted it before we ended up getting assaulted by the witches and then by
The
the
detect
elves.
magic lasts like hours and hours, doesn't it?
I think it's only 10 minutes.
Oh, is it?
Let me check the spell book.
If it's 10
Unless he doesn't
minutes,
have-
I would say that it has expired because you've been fighting things for quite a while in this hall.
Well, it was a ritual cast that he started right here, just as we were going in here,
Yes.
because we were going to check the doors.
That is correct. Does that affect the length?
It's up to 10 minutes, so yeah, it's only a 10-minute thing. Wait, is that
So it is
still
fading at this
that
point.
is a duration?
Yeah.
It has faded. Okay,
Yeah.
then
Because by
we're
the
not gonna-
time you got in here and you fought the witches for a long period of time, and suddenly the doors flew open and you had these creepy guys that came out and tried to stab you, and now all the stuff in the hallway, it's starting to flicker at this point and going out.
I guess we'll just have him ritual cast detect magic again while we inspect the other doors.
Okay.
We'll have him. Oh no, that's his coin. We'll have him move over here to be out of sight in case anything tries to bum rush us from
All
behind.
right. While he is ritual casting that, what are the rest of you doing regarding the flickering images and what have you? If you want to see them clearly and you were not of high perception, you're welcome to roll a perception to see if you can peer at it and pick it out after a moment.
So are they like right in this vicinity? The
All
images?
the walls, you're being reflected in all directions. You are seeing yourself reflected.
Yeah, I
Is it
didn't
like
actually see it,
subtle
so I did my
enough that it may
perception.
have been there the whole time and we just never noticed?
It is entirely possible that you were sneaking around, and of course the dungeon was dark, and you weren't paying a lot of attention. You were watching for things around corners. It may have well been there the whole time, and just now you're really getting enough of a breather to look at these walls and realize that there are things moving around in that wall.
I'm gonna look at my image, and then I'm going to hold up a piece of copper wire, just to see if they can kind of latch onto what I'm thinking.
It doesn't appear to. It just continues to frantically wave at you like it's trying to tell you, leave, get out while you can.
I rolled a perception of 24.
Okay, so you would be able to see all the details of the things in the wall. You can clearly see that it is a Dirok, and that this Dirok, he is not carrying any weapons, and he is frantically motioning at you. Don't go any further. Stop. Go back. Leave. You know, everything he can to get you to get out of the dungeon.
Then I look to the others. They're not real, and I keep moving.
And as Vlad's ritual cast finally comes to an end, he has usually come to kind of expect it, that a great many of these doors have a magic aura on them. And the two doors, both of them at the southern end of the hall, both have that magic aura that you saw in the door into that treasury room that you were in.
So it's likely that they are trapped with some kind of necrotic thing.
No, they have some kind of magic aura. In this case, it's hang on, let me look at something real quick. I want to see a school of magic on something.
Okay. Because if it's like that door, I mean, I remember that door that was trapped with a necrotic thing.
You would be seeing abjuration magic.
Abjuration. I don't know what abjuration is.
Like protection.
Protection. Oh, so some kind of trap, but not necessarily a necrotic one.
Well, abjuration could be like, a shield, basically.
Oh.
Which, would match with what we saw.
Oh, so like strengthening the door.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. All right.
Hey guys, I have a crazy idea.
What?
Okay, so they look like us, but they aren't us, and that's an interesting riddle unto itself as to why they are copying us. But this place is supposed to house and hold and entomb some of the nastiest of nasty things, correct?
Yes, that's why it was created, was to lock away, permanently seal away horrible magic things.
And this would be in character her musings.
Yes, I would believe so.
So what? Clearly, this is like a vault, and any vault would have a security measure. I think this is a way to dissuade people from going further, whether it is something that will activate and do something, or just to freak people out enough to make them run screaming into the hills.
Just to sort of scare them off? Maybe.
That sounds reasonable, because I would never do that, and I'm pointing at my reflection that's trying to scare me away.
Yeah, this is kind of, it's kind of weird.
So, I mean, whatever we have behind door number 1, 2, or 3, potentially not good. Whether we want to investigate further, that is, we may have found what we're looking for, or we may have found something we don't want to open up. It's a Pandora's box that we may not want to tamper with. At least not without any visual clues as to what could be behind the doors. The witches wanted us to open the doors, so clearly those are not part of the security system. But these are.
Maybe. Oh, no, actually, we'll go with Vlad. Maybe they wanted us to open the door because they knew something would happen if they were opened.
Or because we're not like them, opening the doors wouldn't affect us as badly.
That's also a possibility.
Why? I mean, here, like, why would you have the conundrum of open the door and not open the door in the same hallway? That seems a little bit kind of. And we already know that there is some sort of evil or something of that nature coming out into Barovia. We know all that. I mean, so clearly something has been tampered with and something is amiss, and not all the security system is working properly, but perhaps this one is, perhaps this one is not. I mean, it's a gamble 50-50 either way, whether or not we're onto something, but I would like to think that this might be part of the security system. Because clearly every sort of vault type thing should have some sort of security guards. And we have yet to cross any of those, have we?
Depending what that weird caster thing was, yeah.
Those skulls that were on fire could have been part of the security.
Possibly. I mean, it did fry a trespasser, so. Or it could have been something that was once sealed and unleashed, and they found the targeted victim. I mean, again, we're dealing with a lot
they
of...
were just kind of hanging around in the hallway. The rest of the area hasn't been all scorched and stuff.
And I will add for your memory that they were attempting, as you looked at them initially, they seemed to be attempting to ritual cast something. They were in group chanting, trying to do something or other.
So, I mean, again, it's we're dealing with a lot, frankly, and I don't know if we really have enough information to start opening more doors.
Good point. Epotus?
Walks up to the door.
I mean, if we don't open doors, we're just kind of, stuck.
I did not come here to...
Look, I'm all for the pursuit of finding out whatever we can, taking whatever we can use against Strahd, otherwise, or purifying whatever dark evil has been plaguing people. I'm game for either one of that, but again,
Cool.
we don't know enough to start randomly opening doors.
So, how about we do this? And, Epotus motions for Dirok to move back. You have a hand that doesn't die.
And I will
That's true.
remind you what I've already told you outside of game as the DM, that to remind you of your goal here and what you, since you don't have any artifacts here, your goal here is basically to find out what's the mover and shaker of this, what's going on.
Why do you ping? Sorry. I'll just go down with the hand, and so it's like, okay, which door would you like me to knock on?
And since the hand requires concentration.
Double checking.
Yeah, Derek would want to kind of gently pull you back so you're not within blasting range of any of these doors if there's any explosions.
Yeah, Epotus is basically going to hold an action to, if something looks like it's gonna go boom, he'll try to interpose himself. So that the hand
I'll actually move back here because I can control it up to.
Maybe we shouldn't be in a direct line away from the door. Perhaps we should be back a bit.
Yeah, I can move 60. I could be at least a good 60 feet from the hand. Okay, so door number 1 or door number 2? Which one do you want me to punch open?
Why don't we try this door first, since the witches looked more interested in the other one?
Victor looks at his fake reflection and tries kind of grooming the fur on his hood while this is going. Partially just because he actually has an image of himself for once, and partially to see if it changes to match.
You'd have the same kind of confusing effect as when you have your camera set up. I've got mine reversed on this, so if I ever wear anything that's got words on it, it'll be backwards because I've got my picture reversed so that when I point a direction, I know which way I'm pointing, like a mirror. But if I kept my camera the correct way, I'm constantly going this way, no, that way. So that's the kind of effect that you are getting because the thing seems to be reversed from what you would expect to see of yourself. Okay, so Sylvia is going to blast this door with hand power, I take it.
Yeah, let me pull Big B's sheet. I forgot that he was still active. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I could do the clenched fist.
Second, I'm looking at stats.
That one on Bigby's. God, I'm in pain.
I'm looking at stats. 1 second.
Bigby better, young Ram.
There it is. I mean, okay. Alright, so you attacked 17, which did damage it, but they only they only seem to the door only moves in a little bit and rebounds. You can tell you did a little bit of damage to it, and there is a glow sort of happens on the door a little bit, but the door holds tight on it.
We saw it glow.
Yeah, it's like the magic is like trying to hold against it or something. It's like trying to resist in some way, whether it is
Would
something that is about to blow or something that is merely shielding, you cannot tell.
does Vlad still see magic from that door?
Yes.
All right, then he'll say, probably one more time would do it.
I'm gonna look at I'm gonna take notice to what's happening with the walls first. Like, how are we reacting to what just happened?
All the reflections except Victor's, who is around the corner, are like pulling back to the corner area up near Victor, like they are shrinking away from the door.
Interesting. Huh.
What if they are indeed part of the security system, and this is to deter us from going into these rooms?
Well, clearly it's not stopping us, but, I suppose, and I will go over and touch the wall to do. Let's see here. Yeah. Starting to run low on these. I'm going to cast Identify on the wall, just to see if I could figure out what sort of magical properties it might have.
So you're looking for the spell properties?
I'm trying to figure out what's making us as an illusion in those walls. I guess to figure out what that's about first before I continue on the door.
All right, that does not show me the. So I'll have to do. It's not telling me the. There is definitely some kind of, basically you would call it a mirror image sort of spell that you are on it, but it is a more powerful spell than mirror image. So you would, if I look at mirror image itself, it says that is not going to tell me. That is illusory. So you are detecting illusion magic, but you specifically can identify it as something related to a mirror image.
Okay, so I cannot tell what spell technically created.
It is a very powerful spell, but you can tell that mirror image is like a lower level version of it. This is a more powerful version of something, and it's a little beyond your ken of how this level of spell is enacted, but you know that it is related to mirror image.
Well then, isn't that just fancy? All right. I will punch the door again.
Okay, give me another hit.
Sheets.
Oh, that's a good hit. Wow, it hits. Got a lot of D20s in there. You
I'm
definitely.
not sure how. Sorry.
Looks like you, Epotus. There's two D20s in there, plus 9, plus 15, plus 13, plus 9. Is that correct?
I would no. I would just it's 15. The first D20 that shows up in there is 15, and so I would just take the 15 plus 9.
Okay, that still hits.
24.
Okay, that hits for 17 damage. Again, the door kind of buckles, and that glow surrounds it in a kind of a shielding manner. You notice the door is weakening and starting to cave in the middle a bit.
Does Vlad still detect magic?
Yeah, the magic is still on it, and as you watch, it kind of very slightly seems to try and pull the denting of the door back, but it's having more and more trouble, like it's weakening or something. It's having more trouble repairing the door as these massive hits are on that.
I am gonna pick up a hand axe and I'm gonna throw it at the door. Try to help with destroying it, I guess.
Technically, the first hit probably wouldn't have hit. That 17 that you rolled was actually a nat 1 because it's got the double
Yeah.
d20s in there. But we'll leave it stand as where it is. And what did Dirok do, did you say?
He's gonna throw a hand axe at the door to see if he can help with the destruction.
Okay, give me an attack
I
roll
should
on
I
a
should make sure I'm
thrown weapon.
within 20. Okay, I'm not within 20 feet. I'm under the assumption that 20 feet is the
Regular
minimum
attack
range
is up
for
to
it.
the first number. Disadvantage is up to the second number, and you can't do
I don't have
after.
it written down as I don't have it written down, but I'm under the assumption that its thrown range is 2060, like a normal
Probably
thrown
so.
weapon.
It's probably so. Yeah. So give me an attack. Okay, that hits. And you do another 8 damage. And let me see. I've got to add this up now. We had 17. Yeah, it's still holding, and that magic continues to glow. But each one of these hits is weakening the door further. It is clear that this magic was very strong and was very much intended to try and keep people out. So it was very powerful and wards the door far beyond what the normal amber door would probably hold, because amber would shatter long before this.
Give the fist another try.
As well, since it seems to be working.
Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got here. The first d20 was a 2, I take it. Plus 9 would only be 11. That one did not hit.
I'm getting frustrated. I'm going to throw another axe. I only have
Okay.
the 2.
And of course, they just bounce off and back onto the floor to a certain extent because they wouldn't stick in the amber. That would hit for another 19 damage. The door almost buckles in. It is just, the latch is just barely hanging, and you see this yellow glow furiously, and the door is creaking. You can actually hear it kind of creaking, trying to pull itself back into position. But it is just barely hanging on.
Blah, blah, blah. Let me have your secrets.
Let me check the d20. 7 plus
Yeah, I wish I
9
knew.
is 7 plus 9 is 16. That is a hit. So 21 force, I think. If it's not, well, it's again got so many things in there. I'm not sure. I would say that's more like maybe 7,
No, that's
13.
actually
Is that
that's
one
actually
correct?
correct.
Okay.
The damage roll is correct. So it's 48 plus 5.
Okay, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
That is what you've got there, so that will work. So you do the 21, and the door, with a resounding crack and explosion sound, explodes inward into the room. It was basically overkill at that point with what was left of it, and you are able, first let me get the visibility, and then I will take the locked door thing off. If it will. Click. There. And when the door splinters in, you look into a room empty of any kind of animated beings, but you see huge lumps of amber. The lumps are perhaps 4 feet high by 8 feet long by maybe 7 feet wide. It is just this big melted lump of amber sitting on the floor. You can clearly see one at the end of the room. Vlad can see it quite clearly. And you can just make out the edges of possibly another 2 similar ones to either side of the door.
Huh. Wasn't expected.
Uh,
What's in there?
Yeah. Does he see magic inside the room?
The amber piles are definitely glowing with that same exact golden glow.
The abjuration magic?
Yes.
Alright, he'll flip down the eye patch and look into the room.
Victor wanders up curiously.
The eye patch gives him a reading like he's never had before. It flickers slightly on each of these piles, but it doesn't clearly give him a reading like the glow that he has come to associate with undead. But it flickers with some kind of life force.
So he doesn't see undead, but he sees something with the eye patch.
He sees a flicker with the eye patch that says to him, in some way, there is a life force associated with this. Now, whether it is truly undead or not, it is uncertain because he's never seen this kind of reading on that eye patch before. It is always much more clearly an outline of an undead individual.
Okay.
Let me take a look. And Epotus tries to push his way into the room.
Does he kind of share what he's seeing?
Yeah, he'll say that. He'll like, oh, that's really weird. My eye patch is used to see signs of undead, and it's able to see something from these, but it's not quite undead.
Maybe this is kind of like the heart of this place.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Epotus pushes his way in.
Yep. Vlad will step to the side.
Oh, let the big man through.
I need to move Dirac so that
Maybe
Vlad.
the
Nothing
dancer.
happens as
Go.
Apotus steps in, but give me. I won't say completely nothing. Give me a wisdom save.
Oh, great.
All right. You feel something, what you can describe as a come hither feel, but it has no real effect on you. It just seems
It's not like compelling me, but I hear it.
yeah, it's not even, doesn't even feel like, even if it had grabbed your mind, it would be forcing you to, but there's like this sense of allure of these piles of amber, like they are whispering to you to come closer.
Epotus takes a step towards the one on the far end.
Dirac will step in.
Nothing happens.
And he keeps going all the way up to the amber.
Okay, nothing has happened, but as you approach it, that come hither feel continues to surround you. It doesn't compel you. Dirac, give me a wisdom save as you step in.
Okay. Wisdom save. That's a 3.
Let me see here. The
And the next
southern
word's more
one
fluent.
the southern one is calling to you the most. You
I
you
walk to it.
you can feel the sense of a very beautiful woman in that amber.
Derek touches it.
You immediately feel the sultry voice of a woman. At last, someone has come. Release me. I am Shami Amore. I am the Lady of Delights. I can offer you the power of suggestion over your enemies. Only accept and release, and you shall have this power.
I don't really take stock into power. Am I being compelled to do this, or can
No,
I?
no, it's more of
Okay.
a you feel a warm sense, and it feels very warm, like, oh, this is just so wonderful. Come and partake of it. And I need to
Yeah.
look at one. Hang on just a moment. I need. Got to see if
In any
there's
case,
any. I've got to see if there's any kind of roll that you have to give on this.
okay.
And when you come back, you POTUS peers into the into the close one.
I No, you don't have to do any kind of roll. It is, like I said, it is just that sense of I will grant you power. You will have extra powers to defeat your enemies. And POTUS is peering into the eastern one.
Yeah.
The closer you get, the more you have a sensation of seeing yourself take off from the earth with great wings extended like a true dragon, and you can see yourself soaring through the skies, and you have this feeling that if you only could open this and release this creature, you would be able to fly above your enemies.
Uh, DM, I'd like to move in and observe what's going on, at least
Yeah.
from the doorway.
Okay, well, just do it. Nothing's
And Derek
harming you.
will. Derek's just he'll very loudly say, "How does Derek release you?"
Whoa, whoa!
I'm going
Release
to
what?
I'm going to nope and pull out a flute, start playing very loudly to counter charm the entire area around me.
And
I am a bard that knows her mind control. No.
both Ippotus and Duroc have a lessening of the beauty of this, and it is not calling to you with quite the effect that it did before. Ippotus can see that sometimes the wings work and sometimes he can't quite get them to work. And Duroc sees this power of suggestion that sometimes has a kind of an ugly look on its face. This Lady of Delights isn't always attractive.
I'm gonna do a saving throw real quick to see how I would act. 19. Okay. I will back away.
POTUS goes to the northern one and looks into it.
When you look into the northern ones, you uh, see the image of your enemies trying to bombard you with psychic spells, and they are trying to destroy you. And you pull up a mind shield that is strong beyond your wildest imaginings, and you are able to shield yourself completely. There is a picture of Strahd standing there with his fangs showing, casting psychic spells at your mind, and you, without any effort at all, you bring out a mind shield and push him back away from you, and he is rebuffed by your attack.
Oh boy.
I am still gonna keep up the counter charm for as long as it takes for them to get out of the room.
Derek's gonna grab his great axe, and he's looking visibly angry now.
Derek, how are you doing?
You tried to trick me!
Hey, whoa, hold on. What are you doing?
I'm going back up to the stone, and I'm gonna get ready to smash it.
Epotus goes to grab for the axe. Hey, whoa, hold on. Wait, hold on.
It tried to trick me!
Okay, what did it say?
It wanted to give me a power for freedom.
Okay, well, what power did it want to give you?
Suggestion. It was going to give you
No,
the
I
power.
remember. I'm asking.
I'm telling Dirok because he was kind of misquoting it. It's the power of suggestion where you could control the minds of your enemies.
Well, Derek doesn't know that. He just he knows his power. All right. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see if he remembers. Nope, he does not remember.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it wants to give you some sort of power. What did it want you to do?
To free it.
Power? Okay. So you're mad at it because it's trying to trick you. So you're going to give it exactly what it wants without it having to give you anything.
I will destroy it. It will not gain freedom.
Well, hold on. Just hold on. Epotus goes to look at the southern one.
I since I'm doing the counter charm performance, I can't speak, so someone piloting Victor or Vlad speak up in my stead. Holy crap!
Victor looks like he kind of wishes he had popcorn, but he doesn't.
Vlad will go up there and say, "Hey, you two, maybe you should probably come out of there if it's."
Hold on. And he looks inside.
He looks into the southern one and
Dirok, as you're seeing Epotus like look into these things, the color is sort of fading from his scales as he's looking.
He drops his axe and he's grabbing Epotus and pulling him away. They're trying to take you too.
What?
I'm dragging you out of the room. I am dragging you out of the room.
Epotus tries to resist.
Yeah, Epotus, you don't look great.
Oh, I have to roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I?
He's going to try to break away from you. You can roll strength or athletics.
Oh wow,
against him.
you have one better than me. Oh,
yeah,
just enough.
He pulls back towards, and you're pulling towards the southern one.
Yeah, he's looking into the southern one.
And
I'm still struggling to pull him away.
You also see this beautiful face reaching out towards you like it wants to stroke your face. An absolutely ravishing, beautiful woman. And she
actually,
says,
we probably should have asked. Does it look like someone that we knew?
No.
Okay.
No. And
I think I have Bigby's hand.
The image that comes up in Epotus's mind is again this image of power over your enemies, that you will inflict suggestion on them, and you can see Strahd holding his hands up, desperate as you force your will on his mind, and he runs for a cliff and falls over the cliff to his death.
God damn it.
I still have control over Bigby's hand. I'm going to motion with a finger for him to grasping hand of Otis.
And which finger is that?
Pinky.
Wait, so what does that do?
I'm going to try and grapple you from going anywhere near the thing anymore.
Okay, so...
Does a 17 attack? Hit?
A 17 does not.
Damn it!
So the hand tries to grab or whatever.
Grab you,
and,
yeah.
Epotus just shoves it out of the way. Okay. All right. Am I also, because the counter charm was still going, right?
Yeah, and
counter
you
charm.
are,
So I'm still able to see that it's not like a perfect.
You are. Yes,
thing.
you see that this beautiful woman reaches towards you, but every once in a while there's almost like a skull effect, a shadowing of a skull effect on her face, and it's beautiful, and then this image of a skull comes over it, and then the beauty comes back again. You can see there is imperfection in this perfect image she is trying to put in your mind.
Party hard like the bard.
You know, you almost had me. This close. Come on, Derek.
I'm dragging him now if he's willingly now. I'm
Yeah,
still trying to drag him out.
Yeah, he's going with you, it sounds like.
He's just like,
Yeah. So close, I could have had it.
Oh. Wait! I pick up my axe and I continue to drag him.
yeah, probably a good idea. Let's keep that. All right. Okay. This door.
I'm gonna back out and have the hand close the door.
There's
How
not
about
a
you
lot
close
le-
the door
there's not-
and let's.
The door is pretty well shattered because you hit it with about 20 points over what was needed to open it. So it is shattered. There is not enough to close the door.
Can I break part of the ceiling to collapse in front of the doorway?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably do that. Yep. Give me
Yeah,
a hit
I'll do
with the hand, and we'll look at that first roll and see how you do.
Blap blap.
While this is happening, Derek is still inspecting Epotus. No, it's still Were you poisoned? Derek can suck the poison out.
Yeah. You're,
Thir- 13,
you're
13 would not be enough, by the way. You did not. The wall was not hit strongly enough by the hand to shatter it. I'm having to look at each one of those rolls and add up, but it would be 4 plus 9.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're looking at Epotus Dirac, and you're seeing that like the color from his scales is kind of drained a bit. It's more saturated, and his eyes are essentially purple.
I'm grabbing his face and I'm looking at his eyes.
And that effect that he has been showing for some time, kind of a gray man's disease looking effect on his scales, is greater. It is on more of his scales.
Potus, you sleeping all right?
I guess.
You want to try sleeping in a coffin? It's way more comfortable than you think.
Epotus
if you want to kinda
Epotus
change it
moves
up
like he's about to
sometime.
pull the sun sword out.
Oh, yes.
Okay, all right. Dirac.
Yep, Derek, let's go.
You can let go. Okay.
Would I have to make some kind of roll to see if I might know anything about this kind of disease?
You could make a medicine check.
Yep.
I am not diseased.
12. He's correct. He is not diseased.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't appear. You know very little about medicine, particularly in this case, but you. It doesn't look like any disease you've ever seen on a battlefield or anything like that. It looks like some kind of different effect.
Derek just backs up then. Well, what about this door?
I mean,
Pointing to
do
the
you
last
really
one.
want to try?
Yes, poke it.
You know, the hand's gonna go away soon.
Oh, you better do it quickly.
Oh, Christ. Alright.
Why don't you just
Then
give?
let's move.
Yeah, that won't be. Let's see what. Oh yeah, it was. The first one was a 20, so that one definitely hit with a crit. So you did actually get the 40. No, 10, 20, 37. You did get the 37. So the door in that hit creaks and groans and punches in quite a bit. Vlad is able to see that same glow attempting to repair the door.
I'll pick up the little hand axe that I was throwing at the door, and I'm going to start throwing the hand axe to try to hurry it along.
Tink, 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 tink. Anyways. It winds up, and
That's a
then the
hit
swing.
for 9. Let me pull something up here so that I can add
Anyways,
these up quickly. All right, and yours, let me see what you rolled here. 17, yes, that's a hit. So you do another 22. And that is enough. With those 3 hits, bam, 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 in succession, the door flies open but does not shatter. And let me open up the visibility here. And
Oh, good.
take
Oh,
off.
hey, they're already there.
the hand will slowly turn upside down and give the room the finger.
And the first thing you notice right away inside this room is 3 of those glowing skulls, one hanging over each one of these piles of amber. And you can actually see hazily inside these piles of amber that there are actually some large skulls embedded in this amber.
Hey, I think this place might be a prison.
Cool.
You think?
Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't, break open any more cells.
Alright, let's close this door.
There is
All right.
a rush of flame. Who is going up to close the door, or how you're closing the door?
POTUS is. Or unless
I'll-
we're using the hand.
I'll just use the hand. Just for the sake of like not getting too close, I'll just
Okay.
use the hand. To
As
close the door.
Duroc comes up, he also will notice very clearly there is a large, about 9-foot diameter hole in the ceiling of this room. Shaft going up.
Is there something to allow us to go up?
It looks like you'd have to reach the shaft somehow, but it looks climbable if you could get into it.
All right, hold on. I see enemies. I grab my spear and my shield.
So he is attacking.
Unless someone's gonna close this door.
I said I was
The
trying
hand
to.
is trying to be closed.
All right, I want
Leave them alone,
I
Duroc.
want Duroc and the hand, however you do that, to give me a dexterity off to see if he moves through the door before you get it closed.
Yeah, pretty sure it'd be Cillian's
Dexterity check?
initiative.
Is this a dexterity check?
I
Yeah,
don't
just
know
give
how
me
to
a
do checks on the hand.
well, I will say it can be athletics or dexterity.
Oh, okay.
Because athletics would be how nimble you were and how well
would
you
you mean
moved.
Would you mean acrobatics? Because athletics is strength.
Acrobatics, yes. Acrobatics,
Okay, or-
excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do the checks with the hand.
Roll
It's
yours.
you.
Roll
It's you.
yours.
Okay. Okay. Acrobatics then, I guess?
She is able to slam that door right in Diroc's face, and he.
Yep.
Sorry!
Duroc, with that roll, give me a 1d6 roll, please.
Oh, thanks. Thanks,
Sorry!
Lynn.
Hey!
1d6.
You went up against my... my
The door
dexterity.
slams in your face so hard that you take 3 bruising damage.
I get a bloody nose and I fall to the ground. Ah! Ah!
You know, I'm not even gonna try.
And you, Vlad and Victor, who are not as focused on the door, would notice all of the images in the wall are all like.
Is that happy or
Like-
terrified?
Terrified.
Yeah, Vlad will look at it and then just look at what's going on.
Hey, so I was thinking, when you walked in there, something told you to free it, right? And it looked like in there were some of those skull things being kept in. And before you said, hey, maybe those skulls kind of broke out. So I'm thinking this whole wing is kind of a prison, basically, and there's probably stuff inside of those big clumps of amber. Just kind of sealed in, kind of surrounded.
I stand up and I'm wiping my nose.
What if... Wait, so... Hold on. This place is where it calls to evil people. That's what it said, correct?
If you're
Something like
asking
that,
me,
yeah.
yes. If you're asking them, they'd have to answer.
Otis is asking the group in general.
Oh, then I wouldn't know. I don't know if Vlad knows because I don't know any of his notes.
He would know.
Of course he would.
Yeah, the thing I will
All right.
say, OOCly, to the rest of you, yes, it has been said several times by various NPCs that there was some kind of evil in this place that called to Strahd, and he willingly came.
So what if... Because we were able to resist those voices, and they were interesting, but we were able to figure them out. What if there's one... What if there's... Did I open one?
No, but I would say, thank you, Sylvia, for passing the counter charm to make sure that didn't happen.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you for disrupting their call.
I just snort because I would have if you hadn't shut the door in my face.
Now then, assuming that there's more than just two of these little cells here, what if there's one that has a particularly nasty prisoner, and that's the one that, say, Strahd heard?
I mean, in theory, I would think that's kind of how it went, but that's why I was like, we don't have enough information to know which doors to open to what and where
So,
he went.
in that case, let's go figure that out.
Question becomes, where would they keep the information about their prisoners?
Maybe if we look around, we might find that, and we might find some kind of key we could use instead of, breaking in.
And the DM will say, at this point, you are halfway to your goal. You now know the what.
We know the what?
Exactly.
We know the
we know that something in one of the amber chunks called to Strahd.
Okay.
In some way. We're not sure, who that was, but all right. Well, let's keep exploring.
Do we have any general idea of the feel of what time it is for the day? Like how long it's all taken?
You have lost complete track of the time of day. You have been down in this dark place so long that you aren't sure. You would have to go up and look out of the windows to know if it was night or day.
Alright.
Darok walks past. Well, we have the stairway past the broken statue, and we have a hallway straight ahead.
And I will remind you, because it has slipped notice, that Vlad or Sylvia, one of the two, I forget which it was back behind the area of the statue. I think it was Vlad. And noticed that...
It was Sylvia, and then I noticed when I walked near it.
You noticed that there was something on the wall that was an imperfection in this area here.
But yeah, Derek did open the door. We know that this is a stairway going
Okay,
up.
I wasn't sure if you had actually opened. Yeah, I guess since I'm showing it, you must know.
Well, I mean, if we had a way to secure the statue, we could always climb up it to get to this, get
No,
back up.
the
Or was that
statue is
completely
broken.
smashed? Okay,
Yeah.
it's completely smashed. I thought it was still like
No,
it
they
hit the
rolled.
wall and then
No,
didn't fall.
it did, and then the next day they rolled it
Okay.
off of that platform and smashed it on the floor, and crates and boxes went flying out of the head all over the place and shattered.
Such a waste. All right.
Well, I'm gonna go on ahead and move towards the hallway. Unless anyone else wants to voice their opinion on where to go next.
Did the stairs go? The stairs were the stairs over here that went up or down?
They went up.
They go up.
Well, why don't we? I feel like if we go through that hall, there may just. Let's take a. Derek, why don't you take a peek around the hall, and we'll see if there's just more doors, and if there's just more doors, then we'll go up the stairs.
Okay, so let me get this started opening. I'll have to do this a little at a time to get it the right distance.
Oh yeah, just because like we never bothered to the last session.
Victor, would you like to join us?
Victor's so fascinated by his reflection, he has forgotten completely about the team.
Oh man, I haven't seen this in forever. I'm gonna run up behind Duroc and slap him on the back of the shoulder for a level 4 cure wounds.
What's the length of your dark vision, Duroc?
60 feet?
10, 20, 30, 40.
Let me see. Dim light within 60 feet as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light.
Okay, so you can see all the way to the wall. It looks the doors on either end. It looks like from what I'm gathering there, and
There are more doors. One of them is already opened.
But yeah, I'm gonna switch on my OOC for a second and remind you guys that we never healed after the last fight. So Duroc, you were pretty low. Have another 16 HP.
Okay. Thank you. Plus 16.
Hold on.
So it's pretty much just Sylvia just ran up behind you and like slapped you on the back of the shoulder, which is kind of like weird because at her height she's kind of like hopping up to do it.
It's like, oh, look, you've got gaping wounds.
yeah. Now we know where that blood's coming from.
But it doesn't make sense. It's coming from my nose, but also from my back.
Yeah. You've got eyes in the back of your head.
That's just how much you smell.
Ouch. Rude.
Oh, I guess I should wait till you're ready, DM.
I'm ready. Anytime you guys want.
Oh.
You're basically you can see this hallway, and you can see a whole bunch of doors up and down the hallway, including the one on either end, and the northern one, as you said, is open.
Yep. Alright, Dara will point it out for Vlad before moving forward. Does Vlad see magic or undead with the eye patch?
The quick answer is yes. Hang on just a moment, because I have to get something prepared here real quick.
Sure.
Just in case.
At that point, then Derek would be like right here, because I did say he was going to go ahead and move forward.
Okay, and I need one more. There are so many rooms in this. I've given up trying to have all of the sheets up ahead of time, because every time I get all the sheets up, you go, oh no, we're going to go to another floor, and all of a sudden we all the sheets are incorrect. Hey, I clicked that already. So I just am now just bringing the sheets up as you need them. All right. So say again, Vlad is looking at the doors. All right. To the north.
Yeah.
Now he can't
Just
see it.
just this.
Just that one.
Yeah, Derek pointed in the direction before moving forward.
He sees like a weak remnant of the abjuration magic on the door. Someone has already sprung the lock magically. It is not broken, it has been dispelled, and there is only a residue of it. But as he looks to the north, he does see that same typical door magic on this one here and on this one here. If he looks to the south, he will see the same magic. Also, where Duroc is standing, as you look to the wall on your right, let me open this up just a bit more so it's more visible here. As you look to the wall on your right, you see niches all along, and there's like a little amber shelf in each small niche, and a beautifully carved amber statue, only like the size of a small house cat, we'll say. Beautifully carved amber statue is there of, there's a bat, there's a cat, there's a fox, there's all kinds of little animals that go along this entire wall with all these beautifully carved little amber statues in them.
Okay. Does Vlad see anything on the wall?
He doesn't see any magic on the little statues, if that's what you're saying.
And an eye patch?
He does not know. The eye patch has some limitations, and no, he does not.
Okay. Derek's gonna keep moving forward to the door.
As you approach within that length of things, I need you to give me a... You feel a presence, and it is trying to insert itself into your mind. I need you to give me specifically a deception roll.
A what roll?
Deception roll.
Wait, I have to?
You have
okay.
to give me a deception roll. Okay.
14.
And okay. You feel this force going in. It is a feeling like something is hungry. And it is searching your mind for something. It wants to feed on something that is in your mind. And you recognize this enemy trying to force itself on you. And with your sheer force of will, you are able to push it back out of your mind. But you sense that there are more than one entity trying to do this.
You said I recognized this entity as well.
No, you say you recognize what it's trying to do. You don't know what the entity is, but whatever this entity is, it is reaching out and trying to grab something out of your mind.
Derek stops at the door, then turns around. What?
Derek?
What?
Are you alright?
You like to share?
I grab my spear and shield. I'm confused.
POTUS.
I'm gonna go with that he's not okay.
I'm backing up. I'm facing you guys, but I'm backing up against the wall. Like but I'm not looking at you. I'm looking around. I'm looking for whatever's trying to attack me.
Is there something we don't see?
I don't know. What happened?
Well,
That's what we're asking you.
Vlad?
Would Vlad have seen this with the detect magic?
As he
would still be far. He would be.
This is not truly magic. Well, I don't know. yes, he probably would. I'll reverse that. I'll say that he would have felt the effect of some kind of charm spell. But again, it's one of those things that it is not purely a charm spell. There is something more to it. But he would notice the effect of something reaching out, and he also starts to feel this as he gets within 20 feet. Would you roll a deception roll for Vlad?
For Vlad. Okay, I'm on Vlad's sheet, but I don't know if it will show up as Dirac or Vlad.
Yeah, make sure you've clicked his token, but it doesn't matter. We'll know it. All right,
Yeah.
and I need to do its contested one here. Let's see how it does on him. All right. With Vlad, he feels something enter his mind, and I will not tell you what he feels, but it rips something from his mind, and I will discuss that with Vlad off camera to find out what it is. But Vlad has a sense of this thing ripping some memory out of his mind and eating it, almost as if it was devouring a juicy steak, perfectly tender, juicy steak. And it is just, this being is just slathering with delight that it has ripped this out of his mind.
Vlad will stagger and go back. Do not go any closer.
What just happened?
I don't know. I don't remember. Something.
Dirac,
Don't get any closer to the room. No,
Dirac,
do not
move
get
out of the
in,
way.
Do not go any closer to the room. And Dirac's going to ignore that order and charge into the room.
Yeah, Epodus going, oh god, damn it. And he's gonna charge forward.
Vlad is gonna try to hold him.
Okay, let me open up the visibility on that area.
Everyone is holding me back.
And you see a similar room to the one you were in before. It apparently had, identical to the other rooms, it had 3 of these piles of amber. One of the piles of amber has been completely shattered. 2 piles of amber still remain. And hiding in the corners of this room are beings that are like straight out of a nightmare. They are tall, gangly limbed. They are bipedal, gangly limbed, but they have only one large eye in the middle of it, and all of them turn and stare, and 3 more of them reach into your mind. Let me see if they don't have a sheet with the picture of how this looks. Most of you will recognize the creature when you see it, because you've encountered it in several of the
Lord Farquaad comes running in and says, "Something got out of my basement. I'm so sorry."
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that
God.
was one of them. Yes, exactly. It looks like that.
Oh, isn't he adorable? Let's poke out the eyeball.
I think I made a mistake of coming in here with
Yeah.
half health. My only mistake is I ran in there with such low health.
Epodus is trying to charge in towards Dirac.
Vlad is going to oppose him.
Oh my god, fucking hell. Just let me do shit.
He doesn't know that anything else is in there. Not like, realistically, you guys don't know anything until Dirac was going to start yelling.
Yeah, Epodus just knows that Dirac is running in and he's beat up, so...
Okay, I need the athletics or acrobatics contention against
and
that.
that is Vlad's athletics. I just forgot to.
Oh, okay.
do them.
Yeah. And so Epodus rips himself free and goes charging past towards Dirac.
Yeah.
And as you get within 20 feet, you feel this mind reach out to you, I need a POTUS to give me a wisdom. Yeah, it was a deception.
So,
Deception roll.
No, don't run in there.
Oh,
It's a huge
you're not very good
mistake.
on deception. All right, I am going to whisper something to a POTUS here in the Roll20 page, if it will do it.
Give me all your dirty secrets.
So far, the angry barbarian who is not very wise is the only one that's able to keep his memories.
Well, you looked at this round. She'll get you next time, Gadget. How's it going? Well, we're dead. So kidding.
now, is this... It knows it, or it's removing it?
It now knows it. It will not be permanently removed from your mind, but it will feast on the knowledge of it.
I can already see it now for next week. Why did you let Gore control me again?
And you can feel this thing in the room licking its chops like delicious.
I would like to fly into a rage.
Dirok does not hear this. It is in POTUS's mind and in Vlad's mind, that delicious as they do it. All right, 2 other beings remain that have not who have not had successful attacks on this. So Dirok, the first thing you have to do is give me 2 more deception rolls.
Alrighty. 2 more deceptions.
Good luck.
Where is it? Right here. That is a 20 and an 11.
I will say you beat both of them. I didn't specify which one was which, so I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on that because the 2 rolls would have beat if they were in slightly different order. So I will say that you beat the 2 rolls, and you are able to, again, that strength of will, his constitution is so strong, he's just able to force back on them and say, no, this is my information, you cannot have it.
And now I would like to fly into a rage.
Okay. You are in a rage. What
and
else
I'm going to attack!
Which one are you attacking?
Whichever, well here, let's do a D4, because it doesn't matter which one. Roll 1D4. I am going for this one.
Okay. Give me a hit, and then everybody roll for initiative. And I need somewhere over here to the side is my token, which will be, there it is, it's up there. This is just an initiative token.
Vlad will tell to Sylvia and Victor, do not get any closer than here.
I'll get as close as I need to.
And you have...
Oh, right. I need to do initiatives.
Yeah. And your initial hit as you rush in has struck for 13 damage on that one.
Yep. Actually, I'll wait for the thing to show up. Oh, hey, there's a 5th one that's in a wall.
Yeah, go slightly above.
Yeah, that one. I said don't. Yeah, don't cut. That one is my token. That's the one that I use for. That's not there. That's what I use for my rolls.
It's okay. We don't have to worry. If we're going by Minecraft rules, it's just going to suffocate in the wall.
Okay. All right. I need a roll for Vlad
I was waiting for
roll for. Yeah, Dirok.
So here's 1 and 2. I got the 22.
Oh, okay. The second. Which one is which?
I get advantage on initiative rolls,
Oh,
so
okay,
it's
so
22.
22. All right, now roll for Vlad.
Yep. Here,
then.
let me move. Yeah, let me move the coin so I can actually select him. And let's do the thing. So it's as Vlad, and now
And
he only
would
gets the 1
probably
initiative.
like throw the
He gets a-
coin over here so
It's
that
still-
there's like. Okay.
It still didn't
And that's
show
fine.
the result.
That's,
The result
that's
is
fine.
a
I
3.
just need the number and I can add it. There is no problem with that. He got a 3. 3. And now we need to place them in order. All right, Dirok, you get another strike.
I am going to attack. Where is it? Makes it harder with 2 of them. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go.
That is a
Oh,
crit.
I forgot to change it to... Yep. So a 29 and a 13.
Okay, the 13 doesn't hit. The 29 does 23 damage on it.
Okay.
And you notice that that hit did some damage to it. It is bleeding a kind of terrible green ichor out of. And I want to see something here. What is that room? Where's the room number? Room number is missing. I do not see a room number. Let me find where I stuck the room number. Well, okay. I may have to go looking for it the hard way because I don't see a room number anywhere on there. Let's see where that one is. Let's see, we have, must be like 37 or something of the sort. Yeah, okay, I found it. Because I need to know. All right. Now, the 4 creatures move in on you.
Bring it.
And they claw at you this time, all 4 of them. Claw on this. 2 claw attacks. Wow, that's going to be 8 attacks. 1. Come on. 2. Alright, the first, I'll go clockwise. So the first one on your left rolled a 23 and a 16. How's the 16?
16 does not.
All right,
23
18,
does.
18. All right, so the 23 hit for 8 slashing damage on that one. The one at the 11 o'clock position, claw, rolls a 14 and a 7. Both of those missed. The one at the 1 o'clock position, claw, come on, claw, 18 and 17. One of them hit for 8 slashing damage.
Another 8, so 4.
And then the last one, claw and claw, 14 and 9 both miss. All right, so they didn't do too much damage to you. Victor.
All right. Let's see. I would love to drop a moonbeam, but with Durok's current state, that would be.
I'm going to have Vlad heal me right away, so go for it.
You sure?
Yeah, go for it.
How much health are you at? Okay.
I'm at enough to survive a moonbeam.
Yeah, he has a
All right.
lot. He has a lot more health than that bar looks like because he has so much to start out with.
Okay, well, level 4 moonbeam.
I mean, you could kind of angle it in front of him, so it's not hitting him directly.
Just
I'm
hit
not sure
hit
that
angle it so that you hit all 4 of them. I don't care if you hit me.
Okay,
So
come on.
26.
So going clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eventually, there we go. All right, and it needed a 17. The one at the 9 o'clock position failed, so it takes the full 26 minus, minus 26. And now the next one, it succeeded, so it takes 13.
Yep, and I'll roll
The
my.
one at 1 o'clock succeeded. In fact, both of the last two succeeded massively. However, we'll see how many points remains on Dirok's one. Minus
Sorry,
13.
that was a dex save.
And then the last one here, what has it got? It's still alive, but it takes 13 damage.
So that's 26,
Okay.
so I take 13.
Yep. Actually, did you give a con save?
That's what that's Dirok's horse for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's
so
Dirok's horse, but that's my. I did, yeah. That's what my 13 is.
Okay.
My
So
13 didn't make the save,
okay,
so I
you,
took 13.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I'm raging, so I
I
took
wanted to make
13.
sure you didn't fail to take only, put it all the way down to a quarter, because it would have been a half of a half.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the moonbeam is now burning down brightly on that group and illuminating the room. You can see it reflecting in these amber piles and reflecting off the shards of amber to the north. Sylvia.
Oh, let's see. Are you sure you can take that much more hits?
If you have something that's really massive, I mean, go for it. Just go for it. Like I said, I'm gonna have Vlad heal me.
Okay. I am going to move over so I can actually see into the room. I'm assuming this door here is like wide open now.
Yes.
Dirok blasted through it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just double checking.
And because they are all engaged actively in attacking Dirok, Sylvia does not feel this effect on her mind on this round.
Let's see. Yeah, might as well just do this. Question: the amber beddings in the back. Would they be counted as magical items or magical objects or inorganic material?
They would. Amber is an organic material. It is not inorganic. And so that right there, it is not inorganic. There is magic instilled in it, into the amber, but the amber itself is organic.
Okay, yeah, no, because that was the difference between me doing this or not doing this, so I'm gonna do it. I will shatter on top of the area at 4th level.
And its radius is what?
Is 10-foot radius.
Okay, and I need, put your shatter up because I need to see. So apparently it does not, from what you're saying, it does not affect organic.
Says here, a creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, and metal have disadvantage on saving throws. A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage if it's in the spell's area.
It would probably risk shattering the thing.
Yeah, that's why that sounds like this would take, it does not have advantage, but it would it would have to risk being shattered. So there is the potential of shattering these piles of amber.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to, but if it's imbued with magic, that's actually, wouldn't it be a magical object?
Let me put it up to you guys. You can pretty well guess what's going on. They took these evils, they stuck them inside a big ball of amber, and then basically cast a shielding around it. So it is not necessarily a magic item, but it is somewhat shielded.
If there is a spell cast upon it that does not make it a magical item, it just means that the magic can be dispelled. It does not change the
So
properties
how would
of
the
the
shatter affect this
I
item?
would treat it just as if it was stone or crystal in the description. If it
Okay.
was me.
So do you want to cast this?
Not really. That's
Okay.
why I was like,
Okay, because
Can you healing word, dear Rock?
Yeah.
I could, but
Or inspire him. Inspire.
I am inspired already.
he should still have it.
I have the bardic inspiration still. That lasts what,
10
an hour?
minutes.
10 minutes?
You're asking me to remember something I barely used.
Primary class feature.
Like I said, you're asking me to remember something I
Well, pull
barely
it out real
used.
quick and look at it.
I'm going.
It lasts 10 minutes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
then if you cast that before the other hall battle, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I don't have that anymore. I'll click it off.
Do I have the spell slot for this? Yes, indeed I do, but that's gonna... okay. Okay. I'm taking back the shatter, and I'm going to firebolt that one in the
The nearest one?
bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the closest one to the door.
Okay.
So I will do that as my main action. And for my bonus action, since that's a cantrip, I will do which? I will do... Can I do this at a higher level? Find out in a second. Yep, I can. Okay. I'll do healing... healing word at level 4.
Okay. The firebolt
On
hits, I believe, if I recall right. Yes, it hits and does 8 damage, 21 damage on that particular one, which it's beginning to look not so good. And Duroc, you have 14 additional health points.
Alrighty. I will change that in just a moment. I'm looking at something.
Yeah, POTUS.
I think that spell's wrong. The hell?
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure how the damage got tripled.
POTUS comes in, moves around the laser beam, and just lays into the southern one first.
Okay.
The Sunblade. Are they undead?
No. Anothic is not undead. You hit for 10 damage.
And we'll
And
hit
that-
the same one again.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That one, he's still alive, but boy, he is not in good shape.
Okay, then we'll hit the more northerly one and let the beam take care of it.
I hate to take away damage that I've done, but the fire from Firebolt should have only been 10 damage. It's a 1d10 for a cantrip. I don't know why it's giving me 3d10.
Okay.
Wait, well up. Yeah, it should be 18.
No, just...
It's a cantrip. It levels up with you.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
So if you, yeah.
Hold on, let me check one thing really quick.
I think she is supposed to cast 3d10.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 3d10. It came in just fine.
Yeah, that is right for
okay.
your level. Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
you
I
are,
didn't know what level
you're
it was.
fine. You're fine. Yeah, you get extra dice for your additional levels on cantrips. You now struck at the 11 o'clock position, and let me see. The chill touch is what you used.
No, the chill touch was just to check the cantrip dice.
Okay.
Ignore the chill touch.
All right. So the 21 is the second hit.
21 to this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you
21
hit
to this
with
guy.
10 to the second guy. Minus 10. Okay. He's still going pretty strong. Vlad.
Alright, Vlad will move to the other side of Sylvia to get a better look at the battle. How are all 4 creatures looking?
They've all taken damage. The one by you is in pretty bad shape. The one south of Epotus is in very bad shape. The other 2 are down a bit in health. That one should have taken, I don't know why it doesn't show it. Somehow or other missed. There we go. All right. Yeah, they're down somewhat.
Then never mind. Vlad will actually just stay right where he is since he has. Well, actually, no. He'll have to move a little forward to keep line of sight on both Derek and the thing. So he'll cast Sacred Flame on the one that is very bad shape from Apotus.
Okay.
Sacred Flame. It should be a DC 17, not DC 12, or take 3 damage.
Yeah, he says that changes every week. Something he's got set isn't picking it up right. Anyway, you say or 12 damage?
DC 12, Dexterity save, or take 3 damage.
DC 17 or take 3 damage? I'm getting too many.
Yeah, DC 17, Dexterity save, or 3 damage.
Okay.
And that actually still seems pretty weak for Sacred Flame. Does that not increase?
Sometimes it's weak, but seems to me that should be more too. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me look up what Sacred Flame says because I
we'll,
could have
we'll
sworn
add
that
it if
also.
we do it. It only rolled an 11, so it failed it. So I know it takes the 3, but 3 is all that was required. 3 is all that required.
Yeah, so it's 3d8. So
it would have been 2d8 more, but don't roll it.
Yeah. Oh, you beat the 17?
No, it failed, and
instead.
3 was all that was needed.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. All right, then Vlad will use as a bonus action Healing Word. Let me see what his slots are so I don't take a very important one away from him. We'll just cast it at 2nd level. So he'll do a Healing Word to Dirok at 2nd level.
Okay.
As soon as I find it on his list. Healing Word. There. At 2nd level.
9 hit points.
No, he also has his healer's thing. I'll look that up and then I'll tell you.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of pluses on that, so you got at least 9, but you can figure out what the rest is. And then it's Dirok's turn as soon as you know how many hit points you get back.
Well, I'll figure that out after I do my hit because Dirok is very easy to do. Smash and smash. So 28 and 14 on the same one.
The 14 misses, the 28 hits, and that is on the one that you've been hitting before. So you did 9 damage. That thing is just barely hanging on. It is bleeding from huge gaping wounds, and a horrible mass of stinking innards is falling out of its ripped open stomach, and the stench is almost enough to make you throw up. And you continue to feel these evil, intense minds trying to grapple on you. Epotus, let's see.
And I found out it's 2 plus the spell's level, so it's an additional 4. So I would get 13 more.
I need both. I need Dirok to give me 2 con saves, DC 12, and I need Epotus to give me 1 con save, DC 12.
Add 4 to it, Dirok.
Okay, so that's a 19 and another 19.
Woo!
Okay, so both of you save. You feel the eye of these things turn towards you, and though it doesn't.
9.
Though you had a plus to that, didn't you?
My pluses are included.
Oh, okay, so you failed. All right. Dirok feels this gaze turn on him, and he just feels this sense of nausea, but when it turns on Epotus, it just eats into him, and you feel him push a necrotic evil into your mind. You take 3d6 necrotic, so let me roll that real quick. 3.
I was just gonna say, please don't pull any more basilisk stuff here.
You take 8 damage. Necrotic damage. All right, Victor.
All right. They're conveniently staying put, so I'm going to go ahead and roll moonbeam damage.
That is
Nice.
29, and let's see. There's 3 of them remaining. I got a feeling it'll do in that one by Dirok. That is a con. Okay, 1.
Whoever looks weakest after
3.
that is going to get some fire.
Trying to get these rolls to come up, but they're not coming up. Come on, I've rolled 3 times. I know it's going to suddenly give me dozens of them. Slowly coming out to... Come on. Finally they came out. All right, the one at the 11 o'clock position saved. The other 2 failed, which means that this one will... I don't even have to add it up. It's going away. This one, let's see, it failed, and that's a total of 29. It is, however, still alive. And this one succeeded, so it took 14. So it is still alive. Sylvia. Oh, you're going to do something else, you said. The one that looks the worst.
The produce flame.
Yeah, the produce flame, you say, on the one that looks worse, and that is the one at the 1 o'clock position. The right one is the one that looks the worst. That does hit for 16 damage. He is still alive, but just barely. If it will take, come on.
Oh, I need to take a Constitution save. That's a 20, so I take a quarter. So 16, 39 damage, right?
It was total 39, yes.
No,
29. 29.
16,
So half of 14
26,
is
29. Yeah, okay, 29.
For 14.
7.
Sorry.
You'll take 7.
So, yep, I take 7 damage.
All right, Sylvia.
Since it worked so well the first time, I am just going to, let's see, which target am I going to hit though? This guy right there. I'm going to hit it again with, I'm going to hit that one with Firebolt.
Oh, nice.
The one on
You
the
hit.
left.
Yeah.
Okay, the
This
one
one right
on
there.
the left definitely took it for 34 damage. Burn! You have removed it from existence. Hippotus.
Is this the one that did that?
That one would be the one that did the mind bender thing on you, yes.
Yeah, Epotus just tackles him with 2 sunblades. He doesn't
you
care
going-
about the moonbeam.
Okay, so you're going
Yeah, he's
through
going through the
moonbeam.
moonbeam.
So give me a
Yeah.
con save and see if you save or not. You didn't
Nope.
save, so you take the whole 29. And you strike on it for the 18. Both are hits, so that's a 21. Let's see if it's still in existence. It is not. You are left in a room with a moonbeam shining brightly down and 2
Oh,
amber piles going, "Come to me, come to me."
And Epotus staggers and his hand goes onto the
Which one are you reaching for?
Wait,
the
what?
one next to the Nothic he just exploded.
Potus, quit it! I'm not
I'm
going to
gonna-
move the moonbeam.
I'm going to hit a POTUS with the Firebolt.
does that take you?
I'm actually technically in the way.
I
Well,
could
you're right.
I'll just throw myself to
by
the ground
shooting.
and shoot from the floor. Between the leg shot, go.
Okay, what did I hear?
I'm going to tackle him.
What did I hear before the
All right,
firebolt hit me?
you guys, I'll do the tackling and damage and so forth to him, and moonbeam that was hitting him as he was doing it. So many things may have helped his resistance in one way or another to distract him. But as you touch this eastern sarcophagus, you hear, "I am Kirad. I bring you the power of scrying. You will know where Strahd is at all times, and you will be able to find him. I, Kirad, can give you this knowledge."
Tackle.
What? And I'd say, like, with the moonbeam and everything and all that light hitting him, he's just tackled.
If
Okay,
Rapotus is being tackled, I'm not
So
gonna shoot.
give me a strength roll so that I know if you get knocked clear across the room or something.
I did not declare that I was out of rage yet, so I have advantage.
Okay. All right.
Beat that bitch.
Yeah.
Damn
it! What are you doing, Dirok?
Stop touching the rocks! They are evil!
Dirok says, "Don't touch the rock."
I
Ask Iraq
really-
to touch the rock.
All right, you are out of combat. What happens to the moonbeam? Are you letting it go?
I'm just leaving it there so he gets the hell off.
Well, I just tackled him off the rock, so...
No, you didn't. I beat you.
Yeah.
You basically like ran into him, shoulder checked him.
He is
he's like,
distracted. What has happened is he is distracted enough from the pain and your tackling and her firebolt and all these things that he has not answered the being, but he has heard the being.
I could just come in there when you're unconscious and drag you out.
I'm gonna back out.
POTUS goes to kick Dirok out.
You go ahead and make
And
a
misses.
roll for that. Ah!
You kick
stub your toe.
you lightly kick the wall and slightly stub your toe.
Yeah, I moved my leg out of the way just in time.
Okay, so the moonbeam is still there, but it's now no longer burning you. So what are you going to do?
Go. Well, I guess I'd still be in the room. Oh, why can I not move in further? There we go.
There's
And
actually a door there which I need to take off on the dynamic lighting. That's what's going on. It's actually in the way.
Yeah, that's fine. I went around.
POTUS comes out and then slides against the wall down onto the floor.
All right. Well, then Derek would just point to the shattered one. Is that it?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
What did it say?
You're asking POTUS what the one he touched said?
Yeah.
It offered me being able to find where Strahd was at any time I wished.
I mean, he's in the castle, right? So
I'm not. We already had somebody throw cards down for us once. I'm not too worried about not being able to find. Oh, I'm gonna tell you that was bright.
like I'm not that worried about him running away or anything like that.
Can I?
And it's not like the fellow in there is running away anytime soon.
Okay, so
That really hurt.
all right. I hate to be the one to make this suggestion, but can I go in at least and investigate the broken one.
Okay.
Vlad
So-
would also walk in.
I'll tell Victor to turn off his space laser.
Victor will grudgingly move it out of the way for now.
Put it on the
He just-
poster, please.
No, he just drags it through the group of us. No, here's the thing. You can't do that.
No, POTUS is over here, not there.
It doesn't
Yeah, but it's
move
gotta come-
continuously. It basically phases out and phases
No.
back.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
It doesn't damage along the way, or I would exploit the shit out of it. Trust me.
POTUS is over here.
Yeah.
Put
it-
it over
Will you stop trying to
here.
kill each
he
other?
he
Put it
wants you to actually hurt him, so you'll keep staying
Put it-
away from him. I think.
Put it over here.
No.
Stop it.
But yeah, all right. Vlad will walk in with Sylvia.
So
Oh, trust
Sylvia
Vlad.
is going
Uh,
up to the other one,
Going up
I'm
to
gonna-
the one that's shattered.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just. I'm gonna. I know the second I enter that something's gonna happen, so I'm ready to roll whenever you want me to, DM.
You feel.
And
you
Darok's
feel
in here to tackle if needed.
the two solid amber blocks call to you to come to them. They are like they're reaching out their hands, begging you to come to them. And as you approach the shattered one, you don't feel hands calling to you. It is as if clear over a mountain and down in a valley, you hear a voice laughing, and it says, eternal life.
That
So that was
Exactly.
investigating that. I'm pointing to my screen. That's not helping any of you.
yeah.
Yes,
That thing.
the shattered one does not affect you. You hear like the echo of a voice so far away you can hardly tell where it's coming from, but this mental feeling washes over you as you come near the shards of this being far distant who has already given its gift and says, eternal life.
I'm going to cross my arms over my chest, stare hard, and go, well, it's not here anymore.
It does sound like maybe this is the one Strahd was after.
You think? Alright, so, and I'm gonna keep away from those two.
Yeah, he's gonna. Would his detect magic still be up for 10 minutes, or
I would say
that-
it is, and I would say that battle didn't last all that long. But he has always detected like an aura of this evil of this magic on these things. This shattered one has no aura of magic.
he'll pick up one of the shattered pieces?
And you feel that same echo from so far away it has no effect on you. It's as if it has been spent.
He would have done the same thing during when Sylvia did. He's lifting it up now. Does anything happening to him outside
No,
of
it's just
the same
all
thing?
you hear is like this echo of past magic that has been given. And the echo merely is hollow echoing, but the evil is free.
He'll just drop it back on the ground. Well, I was gonna see if there was probably some way to reverse it.
Unless we can find someone who can actually make these things.
What are you two talking about?
So, this, and she points to the mess on the floor, might have contained the thing that helped give Strahd some of his power. But with this broken, we have no way of putting it back in the box. It's kind of like letting out, You know, you put something important inside the box. You're trying to keep it in the box. It gets out of the box. And the box is now broken, so you can't put it back in the box. What do?
You make a new box.
Question is, how do you make the new box?
Well, you make a box out of wood, so go cut a tree down, then you make wood
Durak. While
Epotus takes the sun blade and looks at the hilt. Do you have any insight into this place?
I have only realization that this is where it all came from. And it's like just going crazy. And you can feel a sense of like a dual presence, both the blade itself and an echo of a presence from some other person.
Well, thank you for that. Do you have anything constructive to add?
Constructive? No. If I had my will, I would destroy them all, but it is clear that I can't. Don't destroy them. No more evil. But who?
Who knew what?
Who is this? The one that came and is directing all this?
I have no clue. I just got here yesterday.
Having fun talking to yourself back there?
More fun than the other person I was talking to, and he stares at Victor.
Oh, you're talking
All the
to
shade,
your...
all the salt.
You're talking to your inanimate sword that can't actually talk.
No, but sometimes it can.
Remember, I still can't hear it.
I know, but he says, maybe someday you will. Alright, so you said this is where it all started?
Yeah, the sword seems like it's just realizing it itself.
What started here? Was this where you were broken?
No, I was broken in Ravenloft, but no, this is my brother.
Who is your brother?
Strahd.
He just stares. Wait. Are you the spirit of Strahd's brother?
Sergei still remains here. We are both combined, and we will destroy the evil that has become my brother.
Neat.
My ears perk up at hearing what Apoda said because God bless that half-elven hearing. And I'm going to start making my way to the door to listen to him.
He's just focused on it. So okay, so I'm going to just make a couple assumptions here, and you can just wait till Victor gets close and then turn yourself on if I'm correct. So, part of you used to be Sergei.
Yes, his spirit, part of his spirit is here.
And I'm guessing and since you belonged to the other part of you belonged to Sergei.
Yes, I was his sword. I defeated evil, but I couldn't defeat the worst of all.
And then so Strahd killed Sergei, broke you, and then infused part of Sergei into you.
Sergei himself became welded to me when he died.
Was it voluntary?
No.
Do you know? So presumably Strahd broke you and then bound Sergei to you.
Yes. And with Strahd's death, Sergei, and then there's like a change of voice. I will be free when he dies.
Oh, that's new.
So, what's the other half of what's in your head saying?
Cool. Yeah. So it's not just one voice. There's two.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're getting on my level now.
We should talk sometime. Not right
No.
this second, but
No.
So yeah, basically
Uh-huh.
the sword belonged to Sergei.
And
Yeah, that was
Vlad
Strahd's.
seems very,
No,
very
yeah.
interested as you're saying this. Vlad would come up and
And-
would listen very carefully and he held the sword briefly at one time.
Yeah.
And so there's some other
The
things going on.
blade belonged to Sergei, but it didn't just belong to Sergei. It's intelligent, and they dealt with evil together. And after Strahd betrayed him, he took Sergei's spirit and bound it into the sword. With some sort of a curse that until Strahd is killed, the spirit of Sergei is trapped within the blade. As kind of a tumor attached to the spirit of the sword
Another
that
tumor?
already existed.
I wouldn't call myself a tumor exactly.
I'll call you what you want and I like it.
That does seem kind of rude.
Well, really? You just shined the biggest flashlight in my face and you're gonna call me rude?
You deserved it. Also, speaking of flashlights, I'm going over here.
Is Sylvia outside too?
I'm in the door. I'm in the doorway, but before I fully leave the room, I'm going to attempt to grab a couple of the broken shards.
Okay.
That's what I was going to do with Vlad, but decided against it. But I'm not gonna say no. That's like Derek would have probably done the same if he understood what was going on.
He did say though that he said this is where it all started.
Alright, coming out here though.
But I wouldn't. But he can you specify?
No, I have just discovered it myself, but it is clear that my brother wanted to live forever.
Okay, I have this.
Did you witness him do this?
No.
So he wanted to live forever.
Yes. He wanted. He
Okay.
was growing old, and he felt. I know now. I understand. I can see. He hated more than anything else the fact that Tatiana called him the old one. He mentioned several times, I am not old. I'm hardly older than Sergei. And he wanted a gift of youth so he could win her.
Okay. And he looks up at Sylvia. So, whichever one he talked to,
Mhm.
it sounds like it was based on what our friend here is telling me. It was more specific than just not dying. It was staying youthful.
Kind of makes sense given everything we've seen with the
The pride,
curse
the
itself.
vanity. The pride, the vanity,
Well, I mean, look at Wolfskin back there. I mean,
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
you might want to find a new pelt that kind of smells. But I mean, he's how old again?
You've only heard guesstimates, but based on what
No,
you've read,
it was more like a question.
you would know.
Are you asking, or are you just going to try and guess for a while?
I'm
Are
gonna
you eating, Grandpa?
say
Behind you or in front of you, Derek? Are you staying in the room or coming out?
I'm staying in.
You wouldn't have anything in your way to shut it. You would be able to do that if you want.
Then I do so.
All right, Derek has shut the door behind you. And Sylvia, I am saying OOC-ly.
I'm gonna place the great axe into the ground and into the door so that it's blocked.
oh Christ.
And Sylvia, you would have known. Sylvia would have known, because it has been spoken several times, that Strahd is definitely centuries old, and the figure that has come up several times from Father Petrov and several others is 400 years.
Okay. Since the door has just shut behind us, I'm gonna hate burning this, but I'm going to dimension door my way back into the room. Grab.
Nope.
Hold
I
the action.
am not willing. I am not willing.
But you're already in there.
Yeah,
yeah. No, if she's
Dimension
gonna.
door works
if
one
This is
way,
not a
she
willing,
can't
she's-
teleport there
Well, yeah.
and
Oh no,
back.
no, no, no. I know what she's gonna try to do, and I'm gonna tell her I'm not willing.
Bitch.
Well, I mean, you
Well, I'm.
can dimension door twice.
I have enough
Yeah.
spell slots to do it. It'd be burning like 2 more spell slots, but it's like, nope, get him out of there. Screw it. Fine. Then if that's the case, I am going to grab a POTUS and dimension door back into the room. Stop him.
So
I'm already at the amber.
Yeah,
I
Epotus
have my hand on it.
goes to tackle him.
Now,
Try it.
okay, so you are going to the one that Epotus went to before. Are you going to that one, or are you going, because he said
Yeah.
he was trying to do scrying. Okay, wanted to know if you were going to the other one. Okay, so you've already got your hand on it, and you feel the same voice. I am Kirad. I will give you the gift of scrying. I will let you see where your enemies are, so you
Yes,
may
yes.
destroy them.
Yes, yes. I don't care about your power. How do you reverse it?
Duroc! What the hell?
Reverse it.
I'm
Who
ignoring
would
them.
want to reverse it? I offer
do.
you. I will not tell you.
I want to kill Strahd. He has eternal life. How do I reverse his eternal life?
I will not tell you.
Then this will be your tomb, and I'm just gonna let go.
And Epotus is like about to tackle him as Durag hurts, and Epotus just
See, but this is why I blocked the door, because I knew you guys wouldn't understand.
Epotus reels back and punches Durag across the face. No, just Epotus falls off to punch him across the face.
Yeah, let's roll for it.
Okay.
I guess you'd have to make a. Would he have to roll against my armor class?
Yeah, if he's trying to strike you, so yeah, give me a
Yeah.
1d20 unarmed strike.
I'm just gonna do a Sunblade attack.
I mean, you locked the door!
I mean, the damage would just be 5.
You would hit.
I take the hit. I physically move from that, and I'm going to slug him right back.
Okay.
I've been trying to say, well, this is about the point where we'll stop tonight, but this is too fascinating. I'm still going.
And this would be half, so take 4, or whatever.
Well, unarmed strike is just 5, right?
Oh, then yeah, take 5.
Guys,
Well, no, it's 1 plus your strength mod.
My strength. I think my strength is only 3. So yeah, you take 4. I was right, just not the right way of saying it.
Yeah. Okay.
Next time, just ask us What? Give us your plan before you go
And
lock
out
those doors.
out in the hall, Sylvia and Vlad can hear. Oh,
No, Sylvia's
oh,
inside. Sylvia's
I
inside because
Oh.
of the.
okay.
dimension door.
So
Well,
Vlad and
Sylvia's
Victor were saying
watching
that.
this fist fight, and Vlad can hear the thudding and the oof.
But
And probably
what-
Sylvia's
what's
screaming,
going
it's like, Just
what's going on in there?
like, did you have to lock the door? Stop locking the door.
Here, let's do it the correct way. You see a hand. No, it's a cat meowing. And then you see a hand going underneath the door, trying to reach in.
Epotus goes to try to drag Durok out of the room.
I will resist. I can walk on my own feet.
No, you're getting dragged like a kid.
I resist.
Oh, give me
my
a strength off or whatever. So
No! No!
Come on. Come on.
grabs him by the ear and pulls him out.
I will strike you again, Epotus.
Oh my god.
They're gonna kill each other just punching each other. You're gonna have to
Let go
start
of
doing
me.
death rolls here before long.
Oh,
Let go of me.
God.
Epotus is not letting go of it.
Epotus, just let him go so he can leave. He needs to pick up the stupid.
Oh!
Critted you. I
Okay.
slug you. That
Okay.
is double 29s.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
So that would be
Yeah,
so
four
and
maybe
four.
4, 8.
8.
Okay.
Yeah. So 8 damage. Yep.
Oh yeah, here. I
Are
didn't
you
take my
are you
5
guys
from
eventually
before.
going to take it out into the hall?
Well, you would have to remove my axe first.
I couldn't move the axe if I tried.
Are we doing this?
Come on!
Let's do this.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. Shit.
You
Crap.
just made this way worse.
Sylvia's
Congratulations on the bad decision.
Sylvia is tugging on the axe. Give me a strength roll,
Okay,
Sylvia,
no,
and see
no,
if you can
no,
manage to tug it.
I'm not gonna tug on the axe. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna be that much of an asshole right now. Pardon my French. Because I still had this stupid spell saved up for just this occasion. I'm gonna freaking cold hole person at level 4.
Oh, and you're gonna do that on both of us?
Durok
Target
does
an
not get my
additional
benefit
humanoid.
right now.
Make
Durok
no
doesn't-
wisdom
what?
saving throw.
So you
I don't
both
what?
have to throw wisdom saving throws at what level? What's your DC?
17?
17.
All right, both of you have to beat wisdom 17. Epotus suddenly cannot move, and Gore
We're-
Durok cannot move.
Both of us have like fists right in front of each other's faces.
Guys,
Yeah.
can we not fight in the room with the breakable ember things, with the evil crap that's trying to get out?
I'm assuming I can't talk.
I know you can talk. You can talk. You just can't move.
Well,
No, we're paralyzed.
Oh,
We
you're
can't
paralyzed.
have
paralyzed.
That's true. That's true. Sorry. Blink once if you understand. Blink twice if you still want to keep punching each other.
Epotus blinks once.
You can see my eyes are straining.
They're bugging her. She'll hold you there until you cool down. I am going
keep this up for a bit.
Okay, so the DM is going to hold you there until you cool down because it is time to end the stream.
Like, you guys actually kept me from doing the one thing at the end of stream that I wanted to do, but that's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'll remember this.
Sylvia will remember that.
All right, one last thing, Sylvia. Give me a strength roll to see if you can tug that out or if we're going to have to solve it another way next week.
Hopefully my little elf rage will do something. So it's
Beat a 12. He stuck it in pretty good, he said, so beat a 12.
Okay, so what am I rolling exactly?
Strength
Just a
roll to
strength?
see if you've got enough strength to pull that out.
Hey,
You
you got it.
did. It just barely pops out and practically hits Epotus in the head because you were under control of it.
It's a critical hit because he's paralyzed.
Yeah, she pulls basically, so she freezes us. She pulls the axe out and just says "out."
It's more like I'll just pull it out, but because I'm not really wasn't prepared for it to actually go flying out, I pretty much just like toss it up in the air at that point, and I fall over. It's like,
Sylvia,
oh
is
shit.
everything alright in there?
You can now open the door. And Vlad just looks in like, what's going on in here? Okay. That is where we will
Children.
end it. It has been a wild night. A lot of things going on not only in front of the cameras but behind the cameras, as people were tormented with offerings. So we'll see where this goes next week. You still have doors you can open, and you still need to figure out where the heck the initial evil came from that set all this in motion. So that's what you are after in this temple.
Quick
I guess I
question.
also should have asked a question too.
Sorry.
Yes.
Would I have heard any response from the Amber when I told him that this will be your tomb?
There was just an irritated kind of growl at you, but
Okay.
nothing else.
All right.
It's probably been told this before. Okay, well, this was a grand night. I enjoyed this one. This was fantastic.
Are we going to just for the group? Sorry, real quick. Do we want to just camp down in the main hall for like an 8-hour rest? I know we burnt through a lot of spells and we're kind of hurt.
Yeah, where do you want to?
If
Do you
we
want
were
to
gonna do
repair?
that, if we were gonna do that, I would say let's like try to hole up in here or something,
Someplace
Or-
safe.
or in this room.
Yeah, let's go back in
No,
this room.
we're not going back in that room. So which
Well,
room? are we
Derek's already
looking at?
got his answer. Derek's already got his answer.
I'd say we could go into one of these other rooms over here that the drow came from, maybe.
Oh yeah, the
I'll go back there.
the rooms that has nothing in there besides shattered
Yeah,
beds and
Where the
furniture.
assassins were. It looks like
more-
it looked
more
in fact
defensible.
like they were kind of like holing up in there and making camps in there. It was exactly what they were doing, was they were using it as their base
We never
of
actually
operation.
inspected those rooms either, so it's a good place to go back to so we can actually inspect them.
Okay, cool.
Okie doke. So you guys can all go back into that room. I will take the moonbeam off, right, Victor?
Oh yeah, that would have worn off somewhere during that role play because it lasts for like a minute.
Okay, so everybody back to the safe room that you're going to use, and we will take up next week with this.
All right.
Oh, Sylvia's missing. I was like, wait, there's only 4. Missing Sylvia.
Yeah, I just didn't move my token just yet.
Here, Derek's gonna go in this room because he's not gonna be in the same room as a POTUS.
I don't think you'll be protected by her small hut.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Get your ass over here.
No, he does not want to be in the same room as a POTUS.
You can sleep in opposite corners, far away from one another. It'll be fine.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Okay, with that, I will say good night to the viewing audience, and we will see you next week to see if Apotus and Dirok bury the hatchet in something besides each other. And,
Nope.
Or the door.
Oh, well, I mean, I have plenty of hatchets I can bury into POTUS' skull.
okay, it's on. All right, so I will see you next week, and I hope you all have a great time. And I'm off for a week of trying to get husbands put together, so hopefully he'll do better. We'll see you again, same bat time, same bat channel. Be sure and turn in on Saturday night for the Land of Myrrh in Are You Sure?
They're facing a demon.
Yes, a very hideous one.
Mhm.
Okay, well, good night then.